Welcome back to Waking Up is Hard to Do with Diana. Today I'm going to read chapter 2. Sorry for the pause there, trying to get back to it. So, Waking Up is Hard to Do, chapter 2. Now, I want to cover another topic that I'm sure is not just on my mind, but others as well. This is our education system. Daily, we send our children and the future of humanity to a place that teaches them lies, that being bullied is acceptable, that teaches separation at its finest. School is like slow torture to many children these days. I've witnessed this firsthand. Ask yourself if what your children are being taught truly benefits their lives in any way. Or are you sending your kids to school each day because the government says you have to? For instance, in school, I was taught that Christopher Columbus was a hero that discovered America, which isn't true. The fact he discovered America is debatable, and him being a hero is a complete crock of shit. He did unspeakable things on many levels. Why are people allowing children to be taught these lies? I get learning math, it is a basic skill we use daily. Numbers play a huge role in our existence. What I do not get is why history is required other than to fill our heads with half truths of someone else's perception of events. I also believe that history repeats itself because Mother Earth has a karmic cycle just as we do. So until we can clear those cycles on a collective level, history will continue to repeat itself just as we continue to repeat our cycles until we clear our karma. Take English class, for instance, as well. Yes, we need to learn how to read and write, and it being universal is understandable as well. However, if you go back and read old newspaper articles, the way we have written words has changed over the years. Go even further back, and words were not used, pictures were. So, what makes the way we spell words today any more acceptable than it was back then? As far as high school literature, they use material from amazingly talented writers such as William Shakespeare and Edgar Allan Poe. I understand broadening someone's horizons, but why is it mandatory for our children to learn and gain a sense of failure when they do not care to know it, resulting in not caring enough to do the work? This then leads to a sense of failure or lack of self worth for these children. Why should they be made to feel this way because of some random stranger's standards? Don't even get me started on the popularity contest high school is, as if teen years aren't hard enough to navigate as it is. We throw things like prom king and queen, MVP, and many more titles in there to really screw with their heads. If they are the ones earning these titles, then they tend to get a big head. And for what? Does it really teach them anything but a false sense of entitlement? This also creates more misery for the ones who have had a hard enough time fitting in. So, as you are reading this, ask yourself what you are asking of your children every day as you complain about being blessed enough to have a job that provides for you and your families. I know I am guilty of telling my ex's kids they have it easy. They just have to go to school every day, while their father and I worked our asses off to keep a roof over our heads and food in our bellies. Then I started really listening to their complaints and looking into what they were being asked to take on at school, all while navigating the chaos that is puberty. Talk about a humbling experience and realization. I enjoyed picking those kids up every day and asking each one of them how their day was. When they were quiet, I knew something had happened that had bothered them in some way, which hurt my heart that we had to drop them off at a place we trust to guide them and protect them just for them to continuously get beat down. So please start paying attention to your children and what they tell you is going on. Don't be so quick to side with a teacher or a staff member who accuses them of doing something wrong or being bad. Listen to what they have to say and, more importantly, how they feel. Mind you, unless you are teaching them about the different emotions and what they look or feel like, they aren't going to know how to express them properly. Do not ever just assume they know how because you think you do. Give your children the space to be themselves. Don't punish them because they do not follow your idea of what their life should be. Do not tell them they are wrong when they tell you what they want to be or do something you do not agree with. Instead, encourage them to be free thinkers and their dreams are reachable even when it's not what you would want for them. Life changes so much. Why would you want them to choose something that no longer applies to them? Ultimately, we all know, even at a very young age, what is best for us. Hell, that is why coping mechanisms are born. We as children often must learn how to navigate this life without much guidance from the adults in our lives that are too busy wishing their lives were something that they currently are not. So, what if they don't want to wear clothes that match or want their hair to be five different colors? Instead of teaching your daughters if they dress in skimpier clothing, it will invite unwanted attention, teach them to embrace their bodies and dress the way that they want. Women should not have to dress in a certain manner to not be blamed if they are sexually abused. I have never understood this kind of thinking. When you tell them no, they can't be themselves, you are telling them that they have to be what someone else wants, which is in a way taking away their free will. Nowhere does it say that free will begins at a certain age, so please teach your kids authenticity, not cookie cutting. I promise you will not regret it, and it will only strengthen your relationship with them. There's something to be said for feeling supported by your parents. Never underestimate this when parenting, ever. It will also help you live more authentically yourself. That's the end of this chapter. This one was one of my first really big wake up calls. It's it's sad that we don't think for ourselves anymore. We quit thinking for ourselves a long time ago. That's changing now, thank goodness. But really think every day about w- the decisions you're making, actions you take. Why are you pushing yourself to live a lie? Why are you pushing yourself to live a lie you do not want to live? I know for me, when I'm not living my authentic self, in my own authentic space, my heart hurts, my body hurts, my soul hurts. There's a reason for this. It's because we are meant to show up authentically. We all bring such a different, unique perspective on life, a unique set of gifts that are just our own. But we've been taught to hide those things, to be ashamed of those things because they're different. I say to hell with that. Let your freak flag fly. Embrace who you are in every single moment of every single day. Doesn't matter what it is. It's all there to help you and guide you on the path that you're supposed to walk while you're here. Thank you again for joining me for the second chapter of Waking Up is Hard to Do. And I hope to see you again for the next one. Have a great day.